Hey guys, I'm Manadlu, or to my latest video. So, looking at the title, you can tell that this video is called The Curious Case of Joel Schumacher. Now, if you don't know who Joel Schumacher is, he is a film and TV director. I think he's done a few things on TV, but he's a director, and he's not... he's known for making a certain superhero movie that was awful, basically. I mean... Okay, let's just start from the beginning, right? So, he took over the Batman franchise after Tim Burton made Batman Returns a couple of years later, and he made a decent Batman movie, like, in Batman Forever. Like, a lot of people say this movie is, like, not that good, but having watched it back again, I can see what he's trying to do, and to be honest, the writing's terrible, the lines are terrible, but the casting saves him. Jim Carrey just blows it out of the water as Riddler. He just makes a great actor in any movie, really, but especially in this, he takes the character of Edward Nygma / the Riddler, who is very eccentric and obviously is insane, but Jim Carrey can do characters like that very well. I mean, he did The Mask, he does that very well. He's been in loads of films where he's played kooky, eccentric, crazy characters, and I mean, I absolutely love him, he's hilarious. And he is the perfect Riddler, because the Riddler isn't supposed to be a fully serious character like you saw with in the Tim Burton Batman Returns, when you saw Catwoman and Penguin. They were very serious characters, very gritty characters, very dark characters. And I kind of see what Joel Schumacher tried to do with that, and you know, he made a good effort at it, really. And I think it's certainly a decent movie. I mean, I recommend watching it if you haven't already. But the second movie he made, my God, Batman and Robin, I have no idea what was running through his mind when he made that movie. Like, seriously, I mean, one, you put in 3 villains in the movie, like, that's always going to be controversial, because, you know, obviously it kind of gets too crowded when there's loads of villains in one movie. It's just cramped, and they don't tend to do very well. I mean, the things he did to the villains, oh my God. Well, for a start, we'll start with Bane. What's he done to Bane? Well, first he's made him not be able to talk, and basically all he can do is go, oh my God, I'm done. When I saw that, I was like, no, you just ruined one of the best Batman villains from the comics, and basically just took a shit on him, to be honest. I mean, Joel, man, Joel, what are you doing with your life? What were you thinking? I mean, this is a director that made Phone Booth. That's a brilliant movie. But Batman and Robin, terrible. I think the main thing in this one, the casting letting down. Like with Batman Forever, he cast people like, obviously you've got Tommy Lee Jones, I think is that his name? Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones, Jim Carrey, like I mentioned, Val Kilmer. They're decent actors, and they're very good at getting into role, and they didn't trash the role, or they were very true to the characters. With Batman and Robin, like I said with Bane, obviously they've already done that. It's too unserious. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. Yeah, that's never going to go down well. Yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a brilliant actor. He was brilliant in Predator, Terminator, Total Recall, all those sort of films. But he just doesn't suit this, and the puns, the puns are just absolutely ridiculous. Like, there's so many, like, way to give him the cold shoulder and not kill the dinosaurs, the Ice Age, then he shoots his freeze gun. Oh my, they just make you cringe so much. And another cast that went bad was George Clooney as Batman. Never. He's just not. He's a good actor, don't get me wrong, but It just didn't really suit it, and I can't give him the full blame because obviously the script, he doesn't get to choose the script, he doesn't get to write the script, but he can still kind of put his own twist on it, but it kind of makes it just meh, and it's too unserious. I mean, these two things right here just pretty much sum it up. These two pictures, Jesus man, these are actually ridiculous. Obviously, this side got back credit card, this side back nipples. Like, what was Joel Schumacher thinking? Back credit card? Why the fuck is that in the game? Yes, I understand it's supposed to be funny, but it gets to a point where no. And Uma Thurman and Poison Ivy, like, there's two ways of doing Poison Ivy, right? There's the very camp, very unserious character, the character that's not that that focuses on the powers of, you know, like making people feel like they're in love with her and all that shit. And then this other Poison Ivy, which is kind of dark and wants to kill every like person because they're not plants, and she has like mind controlled people as opposed to just like blowing and people a kiss and they like do everything she says, rather than like, because in the comics she often creates like, I guess, like plant people, and she was very well represented in Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. And unfortunately Joel Schumacher chose the camp unserious character, and yeah, basically took a dump on the franchise once more. And no, I just don't know, man. Something about it, but I do think the casting did cost Joel Schumacher a decent movie. If he had casted the right people, made it a bit more darker, like keep some of the humour, yeah, but make it quite dark as well. Like Batman Forever was at the same time dark as well as it was like light-hearted, so that's like the perfect balance. But then he went into Batman and Robin and he went too light-hearted. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. It's kind of different from what I normally do. I'm going to try and do more film orientated videos and more comic book orientated videos, because that's what I'm really interested in, and as my channel suggests, that nerdlery, I mean, come on, nerd, it's in the title. Like, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, it's just there for you to see. But I hope you did enjoy. Leave a like if you did, comment on what your opinions are of Joel Schumacher and the Batman movies, and what videos you'd like me to talk about in the future. Subscribe if you enjoy my content in general. I'll see you next time, guys.